Hello, this video is about biodiversity. This video is by Julia Persis S., Assistant Professor of English, St. Joseph's College of Arts and Science for Women, Usul. Biodiversity. Biodiversity usually makes a planet beautiful, keeps the planet balanced, and helps it to function accordingly. In particular, biodiversity refers to the variability of life on Earth. As there are different types of biodiversity, perhaps the greatest value of biodiversity is yet unknown. Many of the Earth's biodiversity is disappearing at an increasingly alarming rate, even before we know what is missing. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity, also called biological diversity, is one of the most complex and essential features of our planet Earth. It describes the richness and diversity of life on Earth. It refers to the variability between plants, animals, and microorganism species. Life cannot exist without biodiversity. The biodiversity typically includes all terrestrial, marine, and many other ecosystems and ecological complexes. The term biodiversity was initially introduced in 1985. By definition, biodiversity refers to the variation among living organisms from distinct sources, including terrestrial, marine, and desert ecosystems and their ecological complexes. In other words, biodiversity can be defined as the total number of species of various animals, plants, fungi, and microbes living on Earth or in different habitats. Importance of biodiversity. Biodiversity is a crucial part of any ecosystem and plays a vital role in ecosystems' function and services. Different types of diversity help in maintaining the balance of nature. Therefore, biodiversity and its proper maintenance are so essential to sustaining life on the earth. Some fundamental reasons that explain the importance of biodiversity are discussed below: ecological stability, economic importance, ethical importance. Ecological stability. Each species plays an essential role in an ecosystem. They typically capture and store the energy required for biological activities. Additionally, they produce and decompose organic materials in the ecosystem. The ecosystem includes many services necessary for humans to survive. Different species also have a relationship between the services provided by the ecosystem. Therefore, ecological stability results from a diverse, productive ecosystem and helps ecosystems withstand environmental stresses. Economic importance. Biodiversity is a storehouse of resources to manufacture food, cosmetic products, pharmacies, and more. Some rich resources of foods include crops, livestock, fishery, and forests. Various wild plants are good sources of pharmacies and can be used for medicinal purposes. Additionally, most resources such as wood, fiber, lubricants, resins, poisons, and others also derive from various plant species. Ethical importance. Since all species have their roles in the ecosystem, everyone has the right to live. Human beings should not create problems for them but help them to survive. Human beings do not have the right to cause problems for the extinction of any species. Besides, biodiversity maintains the presence of different cultures and spiritual heritage and helps to keep the balance between separate species. Thus, it is essential to conserve biodiversity. Types of biodiversity. There are three essential types of biodiversity: species biodiversity, genetic biodiversity, ecological biodiversity. What is species diversity? The species diversity refers to a group of similar organisms that typically mate to produce offspring. They commonly share the same lineage. Species diversity is the most basic classification unit and includes all species ranging from plants to various microorganisms. Additionally, two different individuals from the same species group are also not exactly similar, they have diversity. For instance, two other human beings are not the same. Apart from this, people situated in entirely different regions have a significant level of diversity. As species diversity is seen in natural and agricultural ecosystems, the total numbers of different species of plants and animals located in an area form this type of diversity. It is believed that there are about 5 to 10 million species in the world. However, only 1.75 million of those species have been named scientifically so far on Earth. Some areas have more species than others. What is genetic diversity? It refers to differences between genetic resources of organisms. Each individual of a particular species differs from the other in its genetic constitution. That is why every human is different from other. Similarly, the species of rice, wheat, maize, barley, etc. have different varieties. Today, the diversity of nature is being exploited more by using wild relatives of crop plants to create new varieties of more productive crops and breed better domestic animals. Modern biotechnology manipulates genes to develop better types of drugs and a variety of industrial products. What is ecological diversity? Ecological diversity is the complex network of different species present in the local ecosystems and the dynamic interactions. An ecosystem consists of organisms of many several species living in a region and their connections through the flow of energy, nutrients, and matter. Ecological diversity has three major perspectives. The diversity of different species in a landscape is typically measured in three distinct scales. They are termed alpha diversity, beta diversity, and gamma diversity. Alpha diversity. Alpha diversity is the type of ecological diversity found within a specific region, community, or ecosystem. More specifically, alpha diversity refers to the species diversity within a community at a local scale or small scale, most often the size of one ecosystem. Beta diversity. It refers to the type of ecological diversity measured by distinguishing the species diversity between different ecosystems or along with environmental gradients. The measurement of beta diversity typically involves comparing the number counts of taxa unique to each ecosystem. It is the rate of change in species composition across habitats or among communities. Gamma diversity. It typically refers to all species richness over a large region. It is a measure of the complete diversity for various distinct ecosystems within a region. Questions. Find out some major biodiversity hotspots in Tamil Nadu and find out some major biodiversity hotspots in India.